Okay, here I am. I think we're live. Oh my God.
Going.
It's
Yeah,
going.
it's going.
Let's
All
see if I can get
right.
us in here. Tori's going to help us narrate. I'm Hannah. This is Alina.
And they're going to be reacting to 7 wedding flower trends experts expect to see this year in 2023.
So 7 trends the experts are saying are going to be this year's wedding trends. I've got my notes.
Well, I was
I drew a face on it.
going to say really quick, do you guys kind of want to summarize what you saw this last year in 2022 and kind of compare it to what the experts are predicting?
Yeah. So what do you think? Last year we did about 70 weddings here. It was like
Yeah,
66, 60, 67. Um, and our weddings were pretty well split, I think. Between actually most of them were pretty light paleted. I think they were like
Yeah, lots of blush and whites and pinks. And
peaches
cream.
and creams. Greenery was still pretty hot.
Yes.
Though I seen eucalyptus taking a back seat a little bit in some of our weddings, which was kind of nice. Still quite a few barn weddings. Not as many for us though. We did a lot more venue, I think, and we did some bigger, more elaborate things. So I think the simple look started to move away a little bit, I think.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of boho we dealt with during wedding season too.
Yeah, there was some boho.
There was a lot of boho.
Not as much as the year before though. The girls are cleaning it up a little bit, getting it a little more streamlined.
And do you guys have any predictions you want to call out?
Oh, predictions. Well, we can't say we don't know what the color is because Pantone released the color a month ago.
Uh-huh.
It's berry.
It's
Fuchsia?
something magenta.
Magenta.
Yeah, it's a type of
That should be
magenta.
hell. No, seriously, that's gonna be like straight hell
Yeah.
because it's gonna be like, okay, is it berry? Is it pink? Is it magenta? But it's not purple.
No.
So there's that. We're gonna be dealing with that.
Yeah, brides are gonna want to match that color as much as possible. And that's kind of hard.
So I'm thinking that we're gonna see some hot. We're gonna see some hot stuff this year. Because Pantone has been really sleeping because they picked the color of the year has been blues, like some shade of blue for like the last few years. So everything's been really like low key, nothing real sensual. No.
All right, so do we want to jump
Let's
on
get
into
started.
the
I'm ready to take
experts?
some notes. So trend 1.
Trend 1 is that unique color palettes are in, and there's going to be less greenery.
Unique palettes. What's that mean? Does it have any more info?
It says that there's going to be more fashion-driven color palettes.
More fashion colored palettes.
Bright and bold pinks had a major moment last year that will continue this year, especially with Viva Magenta being the Pantone color of the year.
Magenta. Viva?
Viva.
Viva Magenta. It's like a song.
It's also saying desaturated jewel tones, especially blues, olive green, and rust, will also have their moments too.
What was the word you used? What?
Desaturated jewel tones.
Desaturated. Okay. So I'm seeing weak, more natural jewel tones. So I'm gonna see
kind of diluted.
Yeah. So we're not gonna see the hot colors as much as the deep pops, I would guess, huh? Yeah. What do you think?
Not a fan, honestly.
I'm digging it. I'm living for it.
No. Jewel tone, I think, is such a hard color to try to match properly in a wedding. Sometimes the colors can be really contrasting, and it's not very photo friendly. I think that might be difficult with the dark blues and purples trying to match with like yellows and rusts. I don't I don't know. Not a huge fan.
You're more of a soft palette wedding person, though, aren't you? Don't you?
Yes, or if you do dark, I like the darker reds and the blushes and peach together. Not so much jewel tone.
I can see that. Jewel tone can get crazy.
It can. It can be obnoxiously bright. I'm gonna be honest.
It can be very bright. It can be ridiculous. I think that sometimes it looks like a circus.
Yes.
But we're great designers, so we'll design something amazing with that. See,
Mhm.
I'm digging the palette. I think that, like, in my mind, I'm seeing the yarrow, which is going to be gorgeous in like the late summer with the
Mhm.
zinnias and the big dahlias. Dahlias come in all those tones pretty much. And so I'm seeing
Mhm.
that, and I'm saying goodbye to the Lysianthus, goodbye to the stock. Ready for that to go. Goodbye to all the eucalyptus that's dusty. Because
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that kind of has me questioning thing is like the term desaturated.
yeah, what's that mean? That's half tones, right? Is that
I
gray tone? Gray palette?
That makes me think of mud, like
Yeah,
muddy
that's what I'm saying. It's
colors.
like a mucky, it's not a true color. So when they're saying
Yeah.
so an artist would call that a half tone or a grade
Oh,
palette.
I don't know.
Olive could be pretty
Olive
with some
is
yarrow. It could be really great. It could be orange. I'm seeing fall though, but I also see coral goes with that. And then you got the magenta, which is going to be every color. That's going to be the worst because there's no real magenta flower. And people are going to come in with their bridesmaids in magenta, their tablecloths are magenta, and they're going to want the one thing that matches this. And it's going to be like, no go. I can give you a palette of colors. So instead of one color, we pick a grouping of that goes with and complements, which is great. That opens us up to all kinds of stuff. So I guess unique palettes is true. You're a no-go. I'm
not
excited.
really.
And then, what do you guys think about the whole dropping greenery?
I love that. I love that. Get out of here, boho. It's like
Expect peachy yarrow, golden ferns,
so peach yarrow. I love yarrow.
golden ferns, blooming jasmine,
We use jasmine a lot.
Hmm.
We already do use that a lot.
white spirea, Spirea,
Spirea. I'm not sure what that is. Probably something natural.
Hmm.
begonia.
Begonias? The hell, we can't use begonia. That's a no, you
I'm
guys. Just
kidding.
no. We're not sticking begonia in there. It'll die. That's just a straight fact. No. No begonia. That's like
That's asking for problems. Sorry.
just like I'm in a new survey.
The
The experts. Begonia is a no-go. Could you imagine? I mean, apple begonia. You're like, no, honey, just no. Unless it's in the pot that the greenhouse sold it in, and it's just going from greenhouse to like the aisleway. No. And I've not seen Peachiaro that wasn't spray painted, so
No,
that
I have
makes
not
me
either.
nervous. That's like a
Mm.
unicorn. I don't think that exists. So I'm not loving that. But I do like yarrow. We would go with the olive, very nice. And the blues.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what peach yarrow is, and I know pretty well what most things are. But there is like a cottage. What's the is it cottage yarrow?
Yeah, cottage yarrow.
Maybe that's what they're trying to talk
Okay.
about. There's a cottage yarrow that has like a peach, but
Maybe.
still kind of pink and like light lavender.
Eh.
Or you're not a fan. I am a huge fan. I love it. But jasmine's beautiful. I'm not sure what the golden fern they're talking about is, which is also concerning. Ooh.
That sounds like
I'm
to
gonna
me. Sounds like to me brides are going out into their lawns and cutting random foliage.
Nina is terrified that there's gonna be a lot of foraging that happens this year.
Yes,
That's gonna be
DIY.
DIY disaster.
That sounds like they're going to grandma's garden and getting their golden fern.
That'd be me though. I'm that person. I'm like, ooh, English rose.
Things I haven't heard of are usually things that are
Like,
growing.
can I put this in something?
Things I haven't heard of strikes me as something homemade, like your little backyard garden.
Which can be cute if that's what you're going for.
Maybe sometimes
All right,
if it goes well.
if it goes well. I've seen some cute DIYs. We're
I've
not
seen
gonna talk about that.
Good ones.
Yes, there's some really bad ones. I would not try finding peach yarrow. That's probably not gonna be your friend. What else do we know?
Okay, number 2. Full dynamic ceremony aisles and backdrops.
Okay, so full aisles.
Yes, our experts say statement ceremony decor will continue to be a major trend for 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Front page worthy ceremony flowers are everything for us right now.
So big installations in the
Yes.
aisleway and big installations in the head table area.
Yeah, we will.
I get that. Yeah.
We will continue to see lots of dreamy aisles, arches, and backdrops.
Mhm.
An emphasis on the aisle itself, not just the backdrop, which is exciting. We're
Mhm.
looking forward to major aisle moments rather than just arches and chupas.
Chupas.
Okay.
Chupa.
And architectural styles will be favored too.
Ooh, okay. So I'm not digging that last sentence. Architectural styles will be favored too, because I'm really sick of that arch arbor trend of the A-frames. Like, what the hell is that? Really?
Those are
No,
honestly, they don't look good, y'all.
they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
It looks like no, don't do it. So the structural stuff I'm not digging, because that's usually not so structurally sound.
Mhm.
Though there are some pretty cool things you can do. So I'm gonna leave that as a pass for me. But I do like the big arches. We have some humongous arches now. Tori, you haven't seen them yet. But if you go to like our website, hannahsflowers.shop, and go to the bridal section, you'll see some of the great big arbors that we made. One of our arbors is like a 12-foot tall and like 3-foot wide big piece. So I mean, this is like a humongous. I think it's the largest arbor that we found on the market, and it's really thick. So we can put a lot of flowers on there. But see, now that arbor starts at about $5,000. That's $5,000 to $10,000 arbor.
That's what I kind of have concerns about, because the trend is to have huge ceremony areas like completely decked out, and that's not going to be very budget friendly, to be honest.
Or reception areas the
Yes.
reception is usually where people want to cut.
Yes.
Because they're going to be there 10 minutes and then they're going to go to the hall. So what it tells me is that we're going to have a lot of big installation requests for the front altar space, where we'll have like 2 big columns we'll build, or we'll have a humongous arbor, we'll have whatever, and then they're going to want to move it. They're going to want an installation that's built that is going to be moved into the reception area. Now, some of these pieces can weigh several hundred pounds, and it requires a team to erect and to move. And it's not something that like the bride should be doing. And it's definitely not something our staff should be in the middle of a wedding trying to reconstruct, because they're going to try and take a 12-foot tall piece from outside into a ballroom. So you got to get through the doors, through everything. Plus you're hauling it twice, 3 times. It's going to suffer, So I think I'm with the trend if we're the girl that has the funding to have the big fronts, the funds.
That is the single most important thing, I think, if we're going to have a full decked out ceremony area, because without the budget, it's not going to look as grand as your Pinterest photos.
Or
you see online.
That it's not going to move and transpose into your reception.
No, that's not
in a good way.
Well.
It's not going to look like it belongs on, like, there's a lot of people that take the arbor pieces off of the arch, and they'll bring that inside, which is cool if it's a piece that's like 2 to 4 foot long. Now, when we do tables that are 36 and 48 feet long, that can get a little weird, because you'll have like a small piece, either that 4-foot long piece that looks big in their little arbor looks teeny on their table, or it was built in an arch and now it horseshoes out, or it just looks like it's cut and pasted, which can be it can kind of cheapen the look of the event a little bit, I think. But some of our brides are pretty smart and they will have me put together or us put together an arbor that goes into 3 big pieces that will come down and then lay flat. So that can be discussed and talked about, but it's still not going to be what they're talking about as the trend. The trend's bigger than this. The trend is like we're decking out the aisle. The whole aisle is going to be done. That's, to me, that's topiaries. That's all kinds of dreamy things, and that requires some money. So don't.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's not. Let's have a big aisle and go.
Yeah, and also these brides we've seen with these huge outside ceremony installations, they also have like huge receptions as well.
Yeah,
They're able, to get these things in and out. So that's also something to keep in mind if we're trying to transport these giant pieces
into little spaces.
Yeah, they usually have huge receptions that make it easier to take them places.
I'm good for it though. I mean, I like big backdrops. I like big drama. We have big pieces here that we do every year, and I live for that as long as it, like I said, it's in its right budget and it's in its right place.
All right, are you ready for number 3?
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna butcher this. Single flower varieties used en masse, en masse,
Mm-hmm.
mass, and mass,
moss,
and mass.
You're trying to be fancy.
No, I know. I'm like, oh, okay. Our experts are excited to work with fewer types of flowers in 2023. They say that we are loving this trend of using fewer flower varieties and arrangements. And clustering one of more.
I like that. I'm with that. For us, there's a lot of reasons why. What do you think?
Either way, I am impartial. I do love lots of different varieties of flowers. It gives lots of texture, and I think it's just very interesting to look at. But either way, you can't really go wrong. There's something just beautiful and elegant about having all the same flowers, if that's the approach you want to go. I think both of them are pretty great. It's just up to your own design preferences, and what sort of look you're going for.
I dig it because I like the cohesiveness of it. I like to arrange that way already. But as a owner, I like that because I buy in bulk. So I'm buying the more bulk I buy in, the cheaper it's going to be for me. The more I'm going to take home because, once you buy different varieties, you're not getting the bulk discounts, but you're also buying so many different things and it gets so much more expensive. You're buying little bits of things that people aren't even going to see half the time, like Hyperion berry, it's great, but you don't always see it. And I don't even put it in an arbor. You're not going to see it there. And if I do, I want to put 10 of them together so you see it. So for me, I'm a bulk fan. It saves money for us. It's going to give a much larger impact for the bride. I'm with it. I like it.
Perfect. And then guess what they're saying their top flower is for?
Top flower. It's not rose. Is there a key, like a clue?
Well, Alina and I were talking about it recently. You guys used it a lot.
It's a baby's breath. Don't tell me it's a baby.
It's baby's breath.
Shit.
Yes.
For the top flower.
Has seen a huge revival, especially in mass. That's honestly almost anything in mass.
I'm just gonna stop them. I'm just stopping them right there. I don't even want to hear anything else about that. I'm gonna tell you, baby's breath. I love it. If you have a cottage style wedding, and it's part of the wedding. Look, I'm choking already. But let me tell you 2 things. We got 2 trends that are colliding right now. Baby's breath is now colliding with full backdrops and big installations. Let me tell you something. Baby's breath stinks.
It does. It smells like pee.
It smells like pee.
It smells like pee. After 2 days, it's going to smell like pee.
It's going to stink. Oh my God, if you had a ceiling of baby spread, by the way, I've heard stories from
Horror
last 2
stories.
years. Yes. You do not want a humongous installation of baby
It
spread.
smells really bad. Really bad.
And if it's outside,
We're okay because it doesn't smell after like the first day or so.
Yeah, we're
we'll have
fine.
it. It's when you get it.
that would be
gonna
so
be-
bad. And baby's breath, by the way, is very expensive.
It is. It's
People think
horrible.
it's cheap because
It's
it's
horrible.
like that flower that people didn't like carnations. No, that is expensive, and we buy it by weight, not by stem.
Yes.
So let me tell you, that can be very pricey, and why would you? That's a lot of money for something that's gonna stink.
It does. It does.
Don't do it.
And I mean,
But
I'm gonna say it. It's been done a million times as well, which is
yes,
it's
it's
okay.
old. It's old.
It's okay, but this is definitely not a new thing.
But you know what? I'm a sucker for that. I totally love.
Hmm.
I really, really, really love colored baby's breath.
Oh, she does. It's awful, guys. We had Easter. We had buckets and buckets of colored babies
I
because you
loved
couldn't
it.
stop
I
buying
couldn't
it.
stop. Okay, I'm gonna be back, and then I'm gonna let Alina finish with the rest of the questions. Okay, I write down the trends because I want to know what they are.
Scooching my chair over. I'm kind of in the corner. Hi.
Did you have more to say about that, or did you want to hear the next one?
Baby's breath. It smells like pee. We can move on.
Perfect. Okay, so non-traditional and statement centerpiece vessels. That's the next chic look of 2023.
Okay. Traditional. Okay. This could either be a really good thing or a really bad thing, depending on what that means.
Well, this says, I think black vessels will make an appearance more
Okay.
onto tables for a chic look. Unique vessels and tinted candlelight are major centerpiece trends for 2023.
Okay. I do like the appearance of black vessels. I think it could be really classy. Especially if you're having darker, rich colored weddings, deep burgundies, or what is supposedly going to be the 2023 trend with dark purples. I think that's gonna go really well. Um, tinted candles, they're okay. I mean, that's definitely interesting. Um, does it say anything else about the kind of arrangement styles?
I was gonna just say, I want to hear your take on this.
Okay.
The overall shape of arrangements will change too. Some of our clients are breaking away from the traditional round centerpiece and are bringing a lot of variety to their tables, from retro table lamps to 6-foot tall trees.
Oh. Okay. So yeah, I've yes, I've kind of seen this pop up towards the end of our wedding season of 2022. Actually, one of the last weddings we had to set up, they had trees all over their tables. And I'm just gonna tell you, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's bad. Especially I've seen the use of artificial trees instead of real ones too, which honestly it does not look good. It looks like a piece of plastic sitting on top of your table. I've seen it and they wrapped the lights around it. It was awful. Okay, it was not cohesive at all and it looked kind of random. It was very random, to be honest. It didn't really go with anything. Um Natural trees, I'm gonna say they're a little bit better, but you're still going to have it kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Uh, not a huge fan. Retro lamps, I don't even know what that means, but it sounds interesting.
I'm picturing like lamps from the 70s. Is that what they're saying? And they're gonna put flowers in those? Like
I don't know, and that's terrifying.
kind of scary.
Oh,
I think we might need to go look into that some more.
yeah, I think we
after
need to
this.
investigate.
Oh, I should look it up right now.
Oh, sure. I mean, we'll do a quick Google search.
Retro table lamps.
I mean, it could either be cool or it could be really tacky.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
feel
how
like
that's
it's a
gonna go.
very thin line too, and
Brides have a habit of walking some fine lines with their decor. Oh, I don't know about this one though. Oh, is there anything popping up?
oh, I thought you were looking.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on. We gotta look this up.
Uh,
Anything?
I'm not really seeing anything.
No. Oh, okay.
No, I mean,
Oh.
you're right.
Y'all, do not put lava lamps on your tables. I'm gonna be highly disappointed in all y'all.
People is confused. They don't know what we're talking. I'm just seeing like a bunch of different lamps. Like
Okay. Okay, I don't know what
I think
exactly retro lamp means, but if it's lava lamps, no. 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 It's not gonna look good.
would possess somebody.
It's definitely an interesting design choice. Definitely not something I would ever see before, but I guess that's kind of a surprise for us to look into this coming wedding season and really define what a retro lamp is.
We'll have to make an update if we
Yeah,
see
we will.
anything.
Yeah, we will.
Breaking news.
Okay.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Okay, so it's number 6.
I think so.
Okay.
They're not numbered on here.
I have 6.
Okay. Smaller, more impactful bouquets.
Ooh, okay.
Let's see. The experts confirm that this style is on its way out, meaning the overflowing wedding bouquet look. And that's good news for wedding budgets and the people carrying the bouquets. Wedding bouquets are going to continue to move into a smaller scale. The goal is to overpower or take away from the design of a gown, but tastefully accent it. I think they meant to say the goal is not to overpower or take away from the design of the gown. All right.
Okay. Well, let's see. Last year with wedding season, it was quite trendy to have these super loose gardeny bouquets, whether they're hand-tied or cascade. The goal was super overflowing, very lush, very romantic. This is quite a change, and I'm not really sure I like it.
I'm not impressed with seeing the other thing.
Tori's not impressed. You see, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a little bouquet. But in my opinion, what's the point of having one if it's not I don't even know. It's like it's not really a point of being there if it's not supposed to be a centerpiece with the
Yeah,
bride or
eye-catching.
yeah, eye-catching or like really accenting. Because if you have this little ball bouquet, it's not gonna do a very good job of accenting what you're wearing. You're gonna see a little puff
True.
walking down the aisle, to be honest with you. Impactful, I don't know. I don't think so. Big is impactful, the colors are impactful, but you're definitely gonna get less of an impact with something like this size. And to be honest, it's gonna look a lot like a bridesmaid bouquet. It's not gonna look like a bride bouquet.
Like, are
It's
they
not.
all just gonna be the same size then, or the bridesmaids gonna get even smaller?
I don't know. They're either gonna be the same size. Yes, I've seen that before.
Really?
Uh,
Bachelorette.
In modern styled weddings, the trend was their bridesmaids to carry a single rose in the ceremony. So I suppose that's what could happen here if brides are definitely shrinking down their bouquet size, because it's generally a big no-no for the bridesmaids and the bride's bouquets to be the same size, because definitely the bride's bouquet has more significance and more importance. Um,
You're gonna trend 6 smaller bouquets. Yes, I've seen it. It's a thing.
It is.
I love it. I'm here for it. Are you?
No,
Oh,
don't understand it.
what's the last trend? We gotta go. We got stuff going. We do.
We
We gotta go.
Okay, really quick.
What's the last one?
Well, there's two more. I guess living arrangements.
But
So for aisle treatment, we love dense monofloral arrangements, potted plants,
Out. No.
clusters,
Man.
setting inspired floral lining the aisle.
No.
Okay.
no,
We're just a hard no on that.
that might be because
We're florists. We
Okay.
don't want you to buy a pocket.
don't know.
Okay. And then dramatic installations.
Yes. If you have the money. Dramatic.
You have to have the budget, or it's not going to work.
I love you guys. I have to run. I have to go make some arrangements and the show on the road around here. So I love y'all. I'm gonna leave you to finish up the installations. Yes.
Okay. Yes, these are definitely a budget suck. Like, this is where all your floral budgets go in here. And I found it quite interesting. They considered the bridal bouquet to be a big money drain because they wanted smaller bouquets so that they could save money on their floral budgets. But then they're putting all their money into these gigantic thousands and thousands of dollars worth of floral arbors and whatnot. I don't know. It's really pretty, but I don't quite understand the logic of shrinking the bouquets, save money, and then a huge installations. But huge installations are really pretty, but definitely the budget is incredibly important because there's a look you're trying to achieve, and that look is very expensive, to be honest with you. I've seen brides go way over the tops, like $20,000 on arbors and craziness. So it depends, I guess, how grand you're looking for. It's definitely something that requires a really hefty budget.
And do you want to hear where these installations will be?
Oh, okay.
The pros say to look up. They're going to be hanging in the ceiling for dance floor installations, which will define and emphasize the party space. They add that garlands with unusual blooms, such as lily and orchids, that can add whimsy to an arbor or ceiling install, have been popular as.
Okay. Ceiling installations. They're good and bad. They can be really pretty, but then again, brides had a popular trend last year with the huge baby's breath ceiling installations. So they covered their entire ballroom reception area. The whole ceiling is baby's breath, and like we said, that's really stinky and really bad. So definitely stay away from using fillers as ceiling installations, just as a rule. Don't do it. But as for, yes, no caspia, if any of you know what that is, that smells bad. Just if you're doing any large filler installations like on the ceiling, just no. No, if you're doing like large flowers, like you said, lilies and orchids and whatever is going to be in trend, that's going to be really pretty. I don't know about the lilies though. Lilies are not a popular wedding flower, but Hannah's yelling from the back. No, I mean, you can use it. I just feel a lot of people associate lilies with the funerals and oh, Hannah's making jokes. I don't know. It just seems very funeral-y. I love orchids. Orchids are very pretty. I would like to see the extensive use of them this year. They're very extravagant, modern, and they add lots of flowing lushness. Super pretty. Just stay away from any filler any filler ceiling installations because I've seen a few of them. Bad, bad. Also, that is huge budget as well. So
Big
y'all,
budget.
be prepared for that because that is expensive.
And that's everything. Do you have
That's
anything else
everything.
that you want to say?
Well, I mean, okay, overall, looking at all of our little bullet points of this year's trends, um, not super into it overall, looking at everything. Hannah's kind of excited about it. I'm kind of, it's not great, it's not good. I like the huge installations. Installations are always super pretty, especially if they're done right. But that can be a fine line in itself. Bouquet size is not loving it, not great. Colors, not super into it. Jewel tones usually consist of yellow and purple and orange. It's obnoxious. Honestly, it's obnoxious. And desaturated, so it's gonna be like muddy purples and I don't know. I'm not into it. I'm really not. Uh, but I will be definitely interested to see what centerpieces are going to be laid out at the venues and exactly how extravagant these installations are going to be. But I guess that's for 2023 and we'll kind of see how much of this comes into reality. I think we'll be kind of surprised. I'm sure there's going to be new things that aren't listed here. So that'll be definitely interesting to share with all of you. And yeah, I think that's everything. So what? So yes, well thank you for listening, everybody. We'll keep you updated by when it gets to wedding season again. And we'll kind of share some updates about what we see. So yeah, thank you very much. And we hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.